Swap. Welcome. Alright, let's see. We're good. It's coming in. Mic looks on. Tech check. Looks good. Stop me not knowing what I'm doing. It's checking the audio levels. Okay, great. That's muted. Okay, great. Okay, welcome. It's Tuesday. So you know what that means. I'm gonna be always weirdly rusty on Tuesday, so we'll see how this goes. But welcome, guys. Welcome to Star and Cookie and Noodle and Pals. Love your name. Okay, I think we're good. I already did all the social medias, so I think I've already set that all up. So I think all we gotta do now is press button to start the show. So here we go. Whoop! There you go. Got your fun little transition. And hello. I dressed up for the new month occasion. Hello. Let's see if I can grab my arm. There we go. As I like pretty much recalculate this whole like puppet to work again. So try doing some tricky new features for the puppet character for Derpy back here. So I kind of like had to do a whole bunch of not really programming as much as just like trying to do a new feature and then trying to see that didn't work, or it worked as well as a good a new Adobe feature, so I had to like reconfigure it back into what I'm more used to. So that's there you go. So still got all my features, but yeah, it's just kind of like geez. So it took a while to bring it back. So hopefully that's okay for you. It's a new feature. Is in beta, whatever. Is actually full body motion tracking, where instead of just looking at my eyes, my mouth, and head tilt, it can actually find my whole skeleton pretty much, and then figure out like, oh, your elbow is here and your wrist is here, legs, hips, and all that to do a full-ish body motion capture. So tried playing that out and see if I could like, instead of like clicking a button and like having to go over here and like having to like occur, and then I have to like use my mouse and then have to like grab on the hand and then wiggle it around from my mouse. I thought it'd be really cool. This is weird sidetrack, but it's gonna. There's no point. Would be that I could use it like more like a Kinect kind of interface, or Kinect, you just put your hands up and then it'll just wave it around, and then Derpy's arm will then match and then move. Didn't quite work out that way as I expected, or there's some convoluted or very specific way I have to do it, or some way that I was just not I wasn't patient enough to like figure it out when I got all weird and buggy, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's not gonna work for me. So hey guys, how you guys doing? Let's see, exactly. Hi chicken. That'd be pretty cool. Eventually, yeah, one day maybe when either I figure it out or the beta testing gets into full production or whatever, like alpha next, and so yeah, so using the beta version of the whole character animator, so I get to play with the new features relatively sooner, but so hopefully they'll get the advice and try to make it maybe streamline it a little bit, trying to make it as convoluted. Because it seems like there's one guy programming the whole thing, the whole program, and it's just like his like weird way of going about certain scenarios of like how to program the software. So it's like really weird. Yeah. This is Adobe Character Animator, so yeah, it's completely different from all of the other VTube stuff, the quote official ones. Yep. It's close. Adobe Animate is actually this application, so this is where they actually animate. But Character Animator, I know, is actually the live performance character animation. So they're actually two separate softwares that one just got renamed. It used to be Flash. I occasionally call it this animation software Flash, just because it makes sense to me. But yeah, Once, yeah, a full VTube would mean that it has more of the general uh, smoother head transitions and all those physics and whatever else you want to add into it. Character Animator just seems to be like a more After Effects-y, kind of like that kind of like corporate art style what it's made for, while VTube and live 2D is more for live 2D is more for actual anime style and full-blown VTube stuff. So anyway, we're doing pretty good. This is a shot that I haven't arm in the right place. Welcome. Hello. What do we got? Elijah and Portable. Hello. Alrighty. Most people call it Flash. I would think so. It is the more, probably more colloquially known. If you get a know of it, then you're probably gonna call it Flash. So I think the rebranding really helped, especially because like an older version of Toon Boom, which is this new software, an older version of Toon Boom was actually called Animate. So there was, I don't think there was an overlap, but it got really close over a couple years. As like one, the Adobe one was called Flash, and then Toon Boom was called Animate, and then later they both switched. Then now Adobe now is Animate, and then Animate is now Toon Boom. So yeah, I'm gonna figure out the timing of what I want to do. So close mouth, blink 10, so blink 60, and then figure that'll be my, alright, that's not the one I want to do. Minimers confuse me again. And bring it back up. I have two versions, so I'm going back to so you can visually see. So it goes to 1, goes to 2, goes to 3, go back to 1. So 3 is just slightly different. You can see it's kind of go boop, boop, boop. Okay, so now after that, then the mouth opens at some point. Blink. Blink. Oh, there's 2 blink. 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 Eh? Probably don't need that second blink if I like make her, have her like move her eyes a little bit, and then, okay. So it's more just like a little bit of like confusion, and then we do the expression. Okay, let's see here. Let's move these a little bit. Oop, saving it. So I can derp it a little bit. Cross-eye it a little bit there. There you go, that's a little better. So on focus, it's really hard. When the eyes are a little bit different, it's hard to get focus. And obviously all these controls and these little things in this head and body, those don't show up when I render. So it'll look like this when I render. Beep, that's the other shot. Look like that. So people who just joined or don't know, why does it look weird when you animate? It's like, yeah, it's my Toon Boom controls. I can see what I'm doing between all this, but that won't render out, so don't you worry about that. Let's move it back. Back a few frames. Might also want to move the head as well at some point here. What happens? This goes on for like a whole second here. So for here, probably have like sound effects of like the fire crackling, so it'll be a little bit more sense of like why are we hanging on this for so long. So, and that'll be the punchline in essence. That's like what's going on here. Then we do the blink again. Let's do that. Bop, 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 bop. Back to 1. Back to center. Boop. Boop. And then this one is going to be the one where the eyebrow goes up. So I have to animate the whole eyebrow itself. So this peg. Getting some Discord stuff. Let me just check real quick if it's important. Oh, it's from you guys. Okay. Okay. Cool. What was I doing? I'm doing this. So, okay. So when it blinks, I'm going to move the eyebrow just a smidge. And then it goes up, and then it has to go up a little bit more. And I'll probably have to use the curve deformers just to get it in a little better position. But it just adds that tiny little bit of motion. Like so. Boop. 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 Hello, Sasha. Welcome. I believe that's right. And then, in the second blink, we have the mouth here going to change into the large mouth. Switch from there. I have that one, but I'm not sure. That's slightly larger. So I'll go to there, to there. Bleh. This is where the expression changes. Let's see. So we gotta do the same eye blink down. Back up. But now, I now know that the next expression it's gonna do is then go back up. So I'm gonna have it be not much. And then for roughly around here, change my mind to now have it be a larger. So now it's gonna be this curvy. This is one of those things again where it's like, yeah, technically possible in some sense with Flash, but it's like very, very hard to really do it like this. You don't have to use like curve deformers. I don't know what that was. If I move the head in time, then it should feel okay. Except when you just have that, then it doesn't. Feels awkward, emotionally. So that's this bip, and then. Oh, if I click this, you can see all of the different deformers I have on here. It's all the hairs. So I can move the hair like that. Don't need to see that for now. I want just the head. And just kind of go slowly through it. Want down, actually. So that'll be a boop, little nod. And then when the eyes move, maybe I can do like a... Eye moves there, so just kind of slightly move the head down a little bit. It's so minuscule, but the more contrast you can do, the better, I feel. If it's like just gonna be, you know, if her head's just gonna go move forward or move upward, like clockwise, then I feel like it should be better to have like at least a frame or so to have it be the opposite way. So I probably want to move this frame, add frame, boop, boop. So it just adds that tiny bit more. And we're going the opposite way first, and that adds a little bit more emotion to it. Like that. Okay. And And then we'll move the eyeballs somewhere in here. There you go. Move it up a bit. Okay. So now I got the head in. So now I got the head in. I'm gonna do the body, which has an anchor point at the bottom so I can skew it. Let's see here. So I'm gonna go to the frame that changes, and then see. Get some visual markers and say like, okay, do I need to change it? Probably not, but maybe here, just like here. Not a whole bunch. I'm seeing a little bit more here. Not much there. Here I need a lot. Here I need a lot. Follow the trajectory and angles that the head's moving. And sometimes when it's moving it's so small, then it's like, I don't need to do the trouble. So you can see there's less keyframes on the body. So that's pretty good as a base. How's that? And then I'll just repeat it and just play it over and over until I'm like, I guess that works. Other stuff would be secondary animation for like the hair. Which I could probably just show off real quick. Show me the deformer points for all these and the head animation so I can then see if things change. Keep the neck one pretty much the same, but if there's a big enough change, then try to counteract it. If head go up, then hair go down. Makes the most sense to me. Boop, boop, boop. So I want to remove like a couple frames here. You can actually pan through the timeline. So I'm just like, you can hear me click back and forth a lot as I try to figure out what's happening in between. So head go down, head go up, hair go down. Neck, try to keep it in the same position. Follow through, move top, a little bit down, more right, and then follow through. This is pretty snappy with this one, so I think I'll add couple keyframes. Just gonna move it up and down a little bit. Feels too snappy, so I'll just get rid of some of these. Overwrite the keyframes that I have, and then it should feel faster. Sometimes I add too many keyframes, and then say, some of these might not actually need to exist, so maybe I should just delete it. And say, it's more distracting to actually have more motion to it sometimes. Especially if the eyes are the most important. You don't need the hair to like actually freak out the whole time. So even if that was just a small thing, I feel that's a little better. There you go. Let me get my arm up, arm out. Okay, hello. Alright, cool guy. Video. We're in the penultimate fi second to final. Live streamed it is, so I've explained it several times over the course of this. Let's see. This is Back from Work. I don't know if you can see the title up here. Nah, it's cut off. The original file name of the animation was Rickroll. When I uploaded it, I called it Back from Work. So there's a lot of, yeah, once I get the this whole animation Toon Boom version, reanimated version done, I'll have a side-by-side version so you can see, like, you can like pause it and then check it to see all the weird advancements and small stuff I've done to make this a little better. So this is like a 20, that's it. Well, apparently I have a 2014 save of this, so it's kind of old. Especially in the second to last shot here, I think. So this one. So they're already almost a 3-second shot, but it's only changes between 2 emotions. So that kind of works. Don't need to have like 10 different emotions in 3 seconds. That's overkill. But 2, that's perfect. And then we go to the next shot. I think we're good. I already did my secondary animation, and you can see all the crazy stuff I got there. But I think just having like a little bit more thinking, that her eyes kind of like are thinking a little bit more. That's like, what is going on? But okay. Kind of sells it a little bit more better, and especially the body's also reacting to her emotions as well. That kind of adds a lot more physicality to it. Let's see. Hi, Ben. Fascination of frog. Maybe. I'm not sure what that is or what what's going on with that. Alright. Here's the last shot. So how we doing on time? Pretty good. Because I want to do a couple more other things. If I have miscellaneous things, if we have a little bit more time. Fortunately, I just didn't have enough time to work on this last shot, so I got the background 5 end, whatever. So let's just show what we got here. So the TV and the fire extinguisher get thrown out of the building, out of Derpy's house, and then they explode out through the window, and then they arrive on the ground floor. And then there's a running gag that the fire extinguisher just blows up or like shoots out its smoke, whatever, fire, it's smoke fighting substance out of it. So that happened like a couple of shots earlier when she throws it into the. There's a couple sounds, so can't hear it on my end. She throws it through the TV, then it shows through the, and then smokes out through the fire extinguisher somehow gets used, and then it does the smoke. And then at the end, it does it again, where it shows up the smoke, and then that'll be the transition to get to the credits. So obviously, a lot of, like, parts here not quite finalized. There's a lot of layers and sketch storyboards and reds as newer versions, so it's a little confusing. So at least for now, I'll probably just animate the 3D models, and then we'll be good. So hopefully Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday I'll work on that to get the background ready, and we get some water, then read your stuff. Let's see. Take a small break. Okay, cool. All right, how we doing? Deposition means to solve someone out of a no. Oh. Resistance in Prague caused the 30 Years' War. Wow. Okay. So, yes. That is what Derpy's going to be doing. Let's see. We should probably actually swap this for the other model. Yes, I should have the model, the TV model. The TV prop should be swapped with this TV that has no screen. So that's going to be a little trickier. Hopefully I can like copy the information of the 3D model. the 3D models XYZ coordinates, which is now over there. Let's see, it's over there now. So that's what we got to do. Okay, and then set it to 0 there, and then set it to 1 here, and then say die, explode, don't be exposed there. Okay, and then let's see if I can copy this keyframe. And what does this do? Paste. What did that do? Where is it? Oh, cool. Okay, it did. It worked. Okay. I didn't expect that. Okay, cool. So I can literally just see this one's down here, so I copy it, Control C, go to the other peg, and paste. And it's in the right position. Incredible. Okay, so now I can actually just get rid of these frames and these pegs informations, because now I copied it. So now, see how that kind of works? That now it's the other one. I see that the ground is actually clipping through, so that's fun. So I had to go back to the background, and then move the ground. Which means a couple other things might have to move. But at least for now, it should be the only thing. Okay. Just kind of move it back just a smidge. Have enough room for the, yeah, that's perfect. I can move it a little bit closer if I want to, and then move that information back there, and then moving that. Okay. Bop, 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 bop. So no screen. Boop. Okay. That was fun. Okay, how we doing? Last Derpy is further than a second. I don't think that happened. I think most people call it Flash. Yes. Flash has been the name for like the last 20, almost 30 years. I think only like this decade or this half of the last decade they switched it. I wonder what year did they switch it? It was only like actually like less than 5 years ago. When did Flash rename to Animate? 2016. So yeah, people who've been using Flash for the last 20, 30 years. Yeah, that's fair to keep calling it Flash, because it's only been, now it's the 5th anniversary. So yeah. So there you go. It's a good job Derpy didn't hit anyone passing by when she drew out those windows. Oh man. Oh, that's true, yeah. I think it was just like, I wanted to have a story that had light on assets, so obviously only having one character would really help. I see the background sky is a little bit off. Let me see if I could just scoosh this over maybe. There you go. Okay, and now we go back. Let's get these. Okay, so now I got these, and I'm gonna say these ones and these ones. So now I got these down here, so I can animate it. Cool. Okay. Gonna need the top view to be able to figure out what I'm doing, and then have this going, and then having that, and then over down here. Okay, cool. I think I'm set up. Okay. Let's see. Glad we got a history lesson. That's fun. Sorry, I'm not a huge history buff to get all of that. So definitely needs to be behind. Where is? Okay, so right around here. This horizontal line right here is where the house is. So you can see I can go behind there. So I'm going to have maybe like a couple layers where the between the house and let's see. Okay, so the plan is I'll have the house will be solid, and then there'll be some layers of like glass, and then another layer Or maybe the house would then have, yeah, that'd be, okay, so that'd be inside of a house. And then the house itself, the window would have to have a new drawing and then have glass shattering as a separate element. And then these objects then fly out of that forward through the solid of the house. So, but at least for maybe like one frame, they could be behind the house as if they're behind the pane, as if they're bursting through. And then after that, they could be in front. So, okay. Okay. Let's see. So at least I just need the, I know that because I have it behind the clipping there. So as long as I have it be really behind or something, then it won't be visible for this frame. So I'm not going to worry about that, but there's a lot of... Blender is a little bit easier to use. Blender is a 3D software like Maya. So I like using that a little more. Or at least Blender has like, you know, keyboard shortcuts to be able to do stuff like this a little simpler. Because otherwise I'm having to rely on literally all of these the visuals of this mess. Try and get this going. Okay, but at least I just need this bip and this bip. Okay, so this, and then 2 frames later. Now I'm just gonna call it a microwave because it practically looks like one. Now it goes in front, and then follows its trajectory, rotates a little bit. So now it's behind, now it's in front. Maybe a little bit down. So I'll just continue with this, is that it then gets a little bit more forward, up, rotate, and then I'll just like follow through this, pew, pew, pew. I wanted to move it over here, and down, and rotate. Maybe it should be a little bit closer. Maybe forward. Pew, pew. So this needs to be forward. And this could be a little bit down. Let's see. Trying to follow at least, following at least some arc would definitely benefit this animation. Let's see. It's got to be around there. Probably like in front too, as if it's getting forward. Oh, that's so fun. All right, and then we'll just continue with that. Is that it goes forward a little bit, and then it goes. Yeah, trying to grab at least something here. There you go, and then down. Rotate, and then basically just off screen. So what do we got? Pew. Feels a little fast, but I think that works because then it's on that side. So having it rotate, yeah, is that the last time you see it is that it's kind of getting close to that position in rotation space. So I think that works. Okay, cool. Next thing is, let's get rid of some of these frames as now we don't need them. Pew. Is that then it's disappeared? Okay, cool. Okay, and then the fire extinguisher. Let's animate that. Wherever that went. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. Excuse you. So now it's still behind there. Yeah, I should get rid of that. Because that was fine to have that there. I want these two. So now I'm gonna move these forward by a couple frames, move this over. So now it doesn't appear for a couple frames, so now I can do stuff like this. Let's see. Yeah, it's my dad upstairs. So should it be one or so? Should it be in front or should it be inside? I'm not sure. Where should it be? Where should it be? Is that its nozzle on left side? So maybe it should be more upward, maybe. And then it just follows the opposite way. And it has the let's see. That way. Okay, cool. Hello, Taran. Welcome. Hope you're well. Let's see. Does that work? That's not moving it. Or is it? There it is. Okay. So for this, I want it to be pretty up there. So it's still like to be inside. So it's gonna have it be inside there. Okay. So it'll be like boosh boosh. That's what's gonna happen. Is that they're gonna be delayed by a little bit. Okay. Okay. Seems like I just moved this box around, so that's not helpful. Come on. Oh boy. Okay. So that's in front. I want it to be down a little bit. So I want this to actually be a little bit lower so then I can have the most upward momentum. Down. Bop. Bop. That might be too high. Boop, boop. And then, let's see. And up. It feels like my orthographic view isn't quite able to really understand what's going on here. So it gets a little confusing. I'm just kind of just playing with it instead of like, I'm going to move it the X way and I know exactly what it's going to do, you know? Just like, well, that didn't work. Let me try something else. It's kind of what's going on here. Once the axes kind of like line up a little better, then it becomes a little bit easier. Then it's like, okay. You know, it becomes more predictable, I guess I should say. Is that it's like, okay. I know that when I do this sort of motion, I knew that that's sort of what's going to go on. Like that. And then it's going to be gone. So, pew, pew. Nice. Okay. And then it stays still, so there's no actually animation after that. So there you go. The TV and stuff don't animate afterward. But I see something's in the middle. Something's in the middle. Oh, it's a storyboard. Okay, that's fine then, right? Yeah. Okay. Other stuff I see is that the house is a little floaty. So that's not what I want. Wonder why that is. It's either that the ground is a little bit off, but no, that seems fine. Sorry, the house is actually too far away. No, that's fine. Where's the ground? Ground's back here, but the house is in front. So I should move the ground a little bit closer. And space by doing a couple clicks there. That didn't really help much. Probably just need to move the house. Do I need to animate it or what should I do? Let's see. If I move it up. Maybe I didn't have proportional editing or proportional moving. When I did that, obviously this will finagle this and have these ones be wrong, so don't want that. But when I have it down here, maybe I should just have the ground actually taller. That might actually help instead. Ground, draw, fine, draw, okay. So like these kind of edits might work more wonders instead, so, okay. And then I can take all of these, maybe like extend them a little bit down. But kind of keep it still like to where this one was, so these animation can still work. Let's see that. This on this frame, top needs to be more forward. Jeez, okay. Where are you? So obviously I don't want that to be like that. Let's see. Meow. Last time I did creepy, I'm only paraphrasing what I saw here. I tried to do like a Halloween special, and that one was like subversive horror, where it's like, oh, that's kind of spooky, but it's like, it had like the CMC go through like the muffin shack, and it's like, oh, that's kind of spooky, and then there was a bunch of different noises and sound effects and silhouettes. It's like, oh, that seems like that's a bad, you know, like a scary situation, but then there would always be like oh, it's a silhouette of something, but then it's like, oh no, it's actually something cute or something that you didn't expect, kind of a thing. So I did something like that, where it's like, if you cut around it, then maybe it could be creepy, but yeah, the way that I structured it is that it's like, oh, it's just like, it's fine, you know. It's all good, it's all happy, and then I don't want to spoil the rest of it. So yeah, so I did that. Let's see, I want to move this in front of the thingy. Boop, there you go. Okay, cool. And then they're gone, and then, oh, there's a little bit of parallax. You can almost see it, look at that. Wow, that's cool. Okie dokie. Bop, bop, bop. Can't click it. Bop. Let's see. Back to drawing. I can make these taller and see what that does. A little wider. No. Okay. Better make these even a little bit taller here. Just make them larger. Sorry, I got distracted. Okay, sorry. What's going on? Hi, darn. Like the Shivering Truth. I've never heard of Shivering Truth. Let's see. Yeah. Can watch HBO. Okay, cool. Actually, tell me exactly what you're doing. It's weirdly specific. Appreciate it. Alrighty. Let's see here. Okay. Just wanted to fix all that. So that's pretty good. Timing of it with like the camera is a little bit slow, so maybe I want to do. What should I do? Because the last shot, I want it to be somewhat. On my end, there's sound. Okay. I want the timing to be somewhat similar. Sound is actually an event, so I need to stream it. Let's just set it like that. I want the timing to be similar. Which actually does have that little pause, so yeah. Guess I'll leave it then. Gotta keep true to original, so in that case, then we'll have this. Poosh. And then there's the half second where nothing happens. So I could just kind of move these back maybe a couple, but then so even that feels better. So, and then I gotta make sure that they actually exist for a little bit earlier. It's probably around here. Yeah. Okay, cool. How we doing. Okay. Obviously there's still a million things that aren't quite finished with this scene yet. So, let's see. What we got? I gotta wait for it to show up on... I have like 3 chats open, but like the one that's closest to me actually takes the longest to load. So here we are. Okay, there it is. Some creative license, I suppose. I mean, I'm already using like different technologies and different creative stuff, like with stuff. So I want the timing to be as close as possible. So I hope to like, I probably should have done this from the start. Would be to really make sure I can like export this, the whole movie, and then have the original version, and then go frame by frame to see, does this shot, end here, or is it end here, or does it end here, and then adjust the Toon version to be the right timing. Because I want it like when you like watch it side by side, if I can make it to seem like I just reanimated it rather than changing the whole timing, it just feels off when you watch them side by side on 2 screens next to each other. That's like, one starts a frame off, and then you'd be like distracted by that rather than the animation, So if I can remove stuff like that, but that's what I'm going for. So if like the camera movement was like 10 frames off, then you'd be like, what? It's like, why? What's going on? Especially when they're like so close to each other, really. So the amount of change that I just did isn't monumental, but it's like it can still end up being weird. So I just keep thinking about that. That's like, if we're gonna put them side by side, then I want them to feel like it's just a remake of the animation rather than it being distracting when things change. Let me turn that down. Okie dokie. Yeah, we do. Better have technology. Smashed $1. Yeah. I always think of that. Let's see. I could try and do the fact signature. Is there like an actual term? I'm blanking out. Have everything else going on today too? What's it called when the actual plume of fact signature stuff comes out? What is that called? Boy. It's not particularly 3D, but I think it might work if it was. Well, I guess I can call it a prop. Because it's not specifically 3D, but they're related in a sense. $1 million. Let's move you over here. And then we'll just add it. Okay. Fire E. This is where I need it. Candy floss. Okay. I could always rename it, so I feel like you're tricking me in some way. But here we are. Okay. Bop. Okay. Cool. Probably should go back to the beginning. Or the shot that I know that it shows up in the first time. So that's this shot. Added a new fire. It's not the best, but it's a new version, so alrighty. What shot is this? This shot. So just fire, and then what happens? I got rid of some of these important. Alright, I got rid of that. So we draw it in. Boosh. And then it just, and then it does that. So it starts from off to the side, which is weird that it's hard to see. Oh, you can see the pixelization of my literally using a PNG of the glass on top. You can see all this kind of crust. Oh boy. That's why we were doing it, so we can use original. Oh yeah, look at that. Thank you, Deadpool. Welcome. All that. So I think the animation that I have here is that all inside the TV. Oh, it says frame by frame. I didn't symbolize it, but I think I used this animation later, so that's cool. Well, Boosh. So it kind of goes for a little bit of a while. So how many frames is that? At least it starts from 160 to 205, so that's 40. Here's 1 second, so 1.5-ish seconds. So okay. So okay. Drawing substitutions. Get these panels up and going. I'll use my explode palette. So this will be off-white, and then I'll probably just make a couple frames and then say like, oh, I'll in between it later. So I'll just get the maybe like main keyframes, we can say. Oh, that's just so weird. I thought the arms were also 3D, and I was like, man, I'm good. So read it, and then zhoosh. And then right about there, maybe. I can retime it, so that's gonna be okay. And then I'll probably also have to get it to fit inside of the TV and figure out where in space this all is. I think I'll just color it red for now so I can actually see it. Okay, and then on the peg, we'll figure out where in the world is it. Oh. Maybe it's too low. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. So it needs to be inside the TV. So in depth world, that's where it should be. Make it a little bit smaller. And then we'll move it up. I'll put it there. There you go. Ba-da-ba-ba. Okay. That's at least in the side of the TV, so I can even get more practical with it and even put it inside of the flume hole. Like this. There you go. That's fun. Alright. Let's play with depth a little bit more. Yeah. Alright. Let's kind of shoosh it over there a little bit. Okay. Bye, Sasha. Thank you. Okay. So now I got this. I'm gonna recolor it. Boop. Okay, that looks cool. And then we'll expand it, or expose it, for a couple frames for the whole time. So like that, like that. Good. Okay. And then I'll have a couple. So this is probably 180 to maybe like here. Maybe a little bit longer. 115. Yeah, thank you. Okay, and then boop, goes there, and then I'll have new keyframe every once in a while. So now this is gotta expand. Boosh, boosh. So boop, 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 and then what's gonna happen is that it's going to also get taller. To then kind of hit the ceiling of the TV. Boosh. Boosh, boosh. So boosh, boosh. And then after a while, new picture, new peg, just to be sure. I don't know. So then it's here, and then I want something where it kind of like goes around. Boosh. See how that kind of works? Boop, boop, boop. Maybe a little faster. Boosh. Up. Wrong way. I did it out of order. And then new keyframe, new drawing. It's right around there. And then let's get it so it's use the right tool. So then it kind of goes down. Just like that. And then it, yeah, fills up the whole screen pretty much. Let's actually do that instead. So it'll kind of fill it up. So obviously now we need to play with the depth a little bit. So now it's going to be in front of everything, not that far. And then play with this drawing. I think there's a hole somewhere. So it'll be pew 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 pew. Maybe for good measure, just like have it so it's like fills the whole TV like that. Pew. Pew. And then whoop, a couple frames later, new drawing. I don't have to peg every time, but I feel like I can have it more control of the depth as it goes, you know. And then I think it's just gonna change to be kind of got that, so now it's full, and then it just kind of goes up and then dissipates like that. Okay, so we got it here, and so we just kind of whoop, 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 whoop. Then we'll just have like the more general drawings rather than it being the exact next frame. I'll just kind of say like, this will be what it looked like in around here. So I want this to be more, a little bit more rotated. And then it just has as if it moved up. And then after like 2 frames of that, then it disappears. So obviously that's not smooth. So it'll just need some in-betweens and other tweens and other stuff to make it kind of work. But I think I might have timed it well with the fire. Let's see. That is not the fire. This is the fire. So I got it to be good. Okay, cool. And I'll just add like 1 more frame just to be sure. Okay, so now we got the scene where she now goes, I don't know, and then it goes, and then she's like, wait, eh? And then boof, drew there, and then again, well, the candy floss. We'll figure out where that goes. I know I'm just about on time, so just pretend this is happening. And then, yeah, so it's a little bit different, I think. This is a symbol now that has 2 seconds of it, but it's basically going to be the same thing, and then we'll just probably make it just larger. Okay. Let's see if I can see more of this. If I can take these and then figure out what frame I'm on. 1200. So I can take all these frames and then copy them and then carefully try to take these and then move them over to 1200. And then I might need to do obviously more moving because framing this out because now it's over here. So I have to get rid of these keyframes and remove it. Okay. Where are you now? Where are you? Where did you go? Okay. I guess I could just move it and then figure out the depth of it. It's in front, so okay. Oh, I can see that. Like that. And then I can just go, ha ha. Ha ha. Kind of like that. Okay, and then it goes, okay. And then for each of these keyframes now, I'll have to add more. Move this over here. Does this break this? Hopefully not. Okay. Make this like this. And then we'll need this keyframe to be or this drawing to be much larger and in front. Like that. This keyframe or this drawing needs to be larger and in front of the TV. It's like that. And then this one needs to fill, so I'll just kind of move it, replace it to there. And there we go. Okay. So it needs to be a little bit longer, or at least time out. Yeah. Time these out a little bit slower, figure this out. So it could be like, these are good, but maybe like add like a couple frames there. Between there to there, there to there. Add just like a couple more. Obviously from here to here, there needs to be a couple more frames. And then a lot of here. Boop. So there's not much in between here, so I'll just move these back. And then these go for a little bit longer. Obviously everything disappears between here to here. So I may need to retime this, or at least make this part usually the longest. Well, actually, how does this work? Is that actually, when it gets to here, everything needs to disappear. So everything that is not candy floss in here needs to be removed. It's basically like that. This. And then all the background needs to disappear. Beep. So then what we're left with is that when it actually transitions to the full screen candy floss, then everything else should already be gone. And so we'll be left with is everything's gone and then it transitions. So perfect. Okay. There we go. Okay. And then all we got left is the credits. That goes back here, and then we'll see at the timing of that is similar to what my old and new versions are. But there we go. Okay. Put it to repeat, and I think we're good. Alrighty. Put this back to the beginning, and then we'll go to toaster time. Okay. Watch out here. I swap. Okay, cool. Play. There we go. No, exactly. That's how Equestria is made. Obviously, this is a not the final render. There's still a little bit weird stuff. With the let's see. Yeah, in transition. That's always fun. The little like eyebrows and cheek circles, those are not going to be in the final when it actually renders. So don't you worry about stuff like that. Everything else is pretty much up in the air for in terms of animation. Again, I'll have to go back and pretty much just go back and change practically everything as I see fit. So obviously make that background. That'll be good. And then time out that smoke. But everything else is looking pretty slick. Alright. So, okay. So, yes. Again, I said this was going to be the pre-multimate, second to last stream on this remake video animation. So, So if you're available, I encourage you to join on Thursday stream, where I'll be working on this specifically this green screen here, that green screen video TV screen. We're gonna replace it with your ideas, but most likely just my own original content and any kind of like videos or maybe some pictures maybe. So hopefully I can use Premiere if my computer doesn't explode when trying to use too much RAM of live streaming and using Premiere. That'd be cool. And then we'll be ready to actually premiere it, and I'll have it as a video. I'm thinking of having it as a real video, where it, I don't know. We'll just have it be, well, we'll have to figure that out next time as well. If I should have like two versions where it's like, shows like, well, I have to show somehow the original, the new version, and my side-by-side. So the best way, I don't know what the best way to present that is, you know, whether or not to have, well, the most extreme would just be having like 3 separate videos. But I guess I already have the old version as a video, so that eliminates that. So it'll just be the remake as its possible own version or own video, and then the side-by-side. It could be, yeah, it could be the remake, and then have some kind of text or saying that's like, oh, this is based on old video. Check how it is compares to that version from 2014 or so. And then do it side by side. And if maybe in the description I can have a link to watch the old one in full. Other stuff like maybe for the side by side, I had an idea to do that where that video trick where you or more of an audio trick where you have like one version in one ear and then the other version in the other ear, which means I'll probably have to have either new music or try to replicate the old version's music. Try to keep it with that. I don't even remember what the original music was. I'll have to check it out. Hopefully I'll be able to replicate it somehow. And sound effects might be similar. I guess I have the file signature if I need some Foley with that. And a TV. I'll just I'll do some Foley with some throw the file exchanger and the TV out the window and then record that to see what that sounds like as a sound effect. It's gonna be a little specific to find online, so you know. Let's see. Okay. Other stuff like this little smoke stuff, and especially all that fire and smoke effects animation. Specifically, I do plan on fixing it. So I know this is a little bit weird. I don't even know what I was thinking with this kind of diamonds is coming out of it. They're like supposed to be little sparks or something, little embers that kind of like swoosh, you know, out. The house will be the same colors as in the first shot, so yeah. So the colors won't be too drastically different. It'll look like that, but just from the top view. I was even thinking of like, can I just reuse the same house model? But I think it's actually different. At least in the Flash version, it's completely different, as if she drew it from the back window, which the first shot is from the front wall, so has to be a new asset. So, I have a spare TV. I mean, we do have 2 TVs, so we keep like it's a very large one. We used to like have some, especially in the 90s. I mean, you can't really have large TVs back then. But yeah, our TVs is getting. We're like, yeah, we have a 720p TV that then we brought downstairs, and it's like, yeah. Then we got a 1080 one, and it's like, yeah, let's replace the 721. So now we got a 1080 and then a 4K upstairs somehow. I don't know how that happened. I mean, there's nothing on 4K anyway, so it doesn't really change anything. We splurge so much. Ugh. Oh boy. Let's see. Yeah, so I think we got rid of the 721, so I don't have that. I could use my computer or monitor. That might. It's gotta sound similar, right? Oh boy. Yeah, I think I didn't have a TV that looked like this when I was growing up. It was more. It didn't have obviously the little controls on the side, but it was definitely the old fat cube TV. I wonder what it's called. Let's see if I can find it. If I just search up 90s television set. Yeah, all of these. Let's see what we got. All of them are gray. I think we had a Zenith. Was Zenith the large one? Ooh, okay. Maybe not. Anyway. We used to have it. A tube. Oh, YouTube. Oh, I get it. Oh, that's a 3D model. That kind of gets the point. If I can kind of get this. Something sort of like this. Where it's a more modern-ish version. Not quite to HD, but yeah, we got rid of this a long while ago, so unfortunately we don't have it anymore. I would definitely want to draw this off of Into the Abyss. That'd be pretty cool. I think we just drew it into the garage or garbage or whatever. So yeah. Oh boy. I miss boxy stuff just in general. Like everything's getting too flat that it's like I can't hold it. Like I want my phone to be like a whole cube and be able to like grab around it, you know, with two hands or something. Remember when phones, you know, had the curly pigtail cords coming out of them? That was fun. And every teenager in every movie would always like play around with them, like have the finger there, use a finger to like go around with the pigtail, coily. You know what I mean? Oh boy. I think that'd be fun. That's always fun. Yeah, and I told you that I also had like a 90s Mac, and that was really fun. That it was also boxy. That was a cube size. It was like a. I think I looked this up earlier. Let me see if I remember. iMac G3, and then they had different colors. I had a purple. Yeah. This is my. Well, I guess this is a family computer, but it's like this is my toy, you know, playing games computer and everything. So you can like hug a computer, man. Yeah, get over there. Yeah, it's a little small in that picture, but yeah, this is it. This is peak. You know. Oh, there you go. There's a couple. Ah, that's blue. Man, I had a purple. Yeah. See, yeah, you can hug a whole computer. Man, you can do a whole bear hug with that, you know? Can't do that. Haven't even been looking at the like the new ones. Can you like are they even like more than like a razor thick or anything? Oh man. I love this. This is what we should go back to this for, even if there's nothing there, it's like it's just cool to have this as a silhouette, you know. You know, it's like an art piece, you know, instead. Because obviously the whole box, you can see through it, that's translucent, and you can see the actual tube CRT, you know, display, and then all the rest of the CPU stuff. It's just kind of, it's all really small anyway, so you can't really see it. Let's see, what's the new iMac 2021. What does that look like? And I got back to colors, but yeah, I definitely got the but it's kind of, hope I opened it. Yeah, it's too thin. Can't hug it. That's my the underlying factors if you can like bear hug around it. I mean, it's wide enough that it's like you have to like go around it, but it's like it's not, you know, it's not enough meat on it to to really enjoy it. You know, it just be all these weird corners and bezels and stuff. And it's like, yeah, that's not fun. The colors are nice. I like the pastel-y colors. That's nice. All my cartoons are in pastels, so that's fun. Is there a price on any of these? I'm sure they're over 1,000. Jeez. Oh boy. So right now I have a PC, but it's like I don't really have like a true PC monitor. Is there even like an official PC monitor? Because with this is like an IMAX all-in-one. That's like it has the monitor plus the CPU inside of the box. You know, the PC is a whole barn-shaped, you know, design, and then you have to add a monitor onto it. So right now I have like the 3 different monitors, and one of them is the Wacom Cintiq 22 HD Touch. This is gonna get meta. Where I'm playing with this right now. So what I'm looking at right now is this display. I don't have the little feet, but it's definitely wide enough that it's like it's fun to I don't know. It's good. It was my first big tablet just in general, so I didn't have like a good measure of like how much scale I actually need it to be. So if I get a new one or something breaks with this or some dead pixels or whatever, maybe getting something smaller might actually be more good. So I don't feel like I really use like every square inch of this. Like I'm only really working, you know, in this little tiny box anyway. Like I'm not like over here and over there. Like I'm not using every single square inch of it. So maybe if I get something smaller, that might actually be better. So I was looking at like stand-up displays or something. Just trying to move over. Yep. That's good. Is there a banana for comparison? Or you get a little laptop. So yeah, it's quite large. 22 display across the, I think it's just a display is 22, but it's a huge bezel. Like you can see from here to here. I mean, that's already like 3 or 4 inches, you know, all the way around. So like the actual screen itself is very small. But like just the whole form factor, you know, like the actual silhouette is huge. Yeah. Seen Wacom for the past 4 years. I think about that too. I think. I'll have to look because I can tell between like the way that I have brushes or like I got really fancy when I got a new tablet. When I got this tablet years ago, I was like, oh, I can draw with it, and then I can see right about when looking at my old videos to see like my brush quality if it like went up. Because I was using not that. I was using the Intuos tablet teal. See if that works. Is it thinking? What's going on? Search. Yeah, I got this one. Nope, don't go to the product page. That's why. Don't do that. Yeah, I got this. So it's like, I want to say like maybe, I don't even know if it's how large it is. It's like hand size if you got a meaty hand. So yeah. There's not much I can really. Oh, I misspelled Intuos. Who can even spell Intuos? Yeah. So I started with this little guy. It's not too many good pictures. It's this guy. There you go. This guy. So I started with this, and I was like, oh look, I can draw. Haha, this is fun. I think this might have been maybe late high school. I don't remember. But definitely using it for a couple years. And it's like these little dots are just tracking points. This is the design of it. It doesn't change. This isn't a screen. You can't see what you're drawing when you're looking at this. You have to like look up. You have to look at the monitor. Oh, thank you for subscribing. Oh, look at that. The text is moving. I don't remember that happening. Thank you. Let's see. That's one I'm using minus the blue. Oh, okay. What color is it then? What do you got? What do you got, Cookie? I can show that. Let's see. Yeah, so this is you have to like look up at the monitor. You have to have a separate monitor and then look that up, look at it, and then, but you have this on your desk. Is there like a? Let me see if we can find a practical using picture. Using it. Just someone using it, please. Oh, here's a picture. Just as demonstration that it's like, yeah, you're. Oh, it's a different tablet, but the same idea that you're always like looking at your fancy monitor, but this is just your where you actually input it, you know, or what you're doing. So you like draw a line left to right, and it feels weird because then you see on your monitor 90 degrees whereabouts, and then it goes left to right, and it's like, what? So it takes a little while to like get your mind to like understand how it kind of works. Black, you got it. Oh, that is fancy. I think this is the style that I'm used to, where it has the two little buttons up here. You can't really see it. There you go. Yeah. This one actually seems kind of larger. The pen seems smaller. I think on mine the pen is like the same size or width or height or whatever as the tablet. It's like they're the same size. And it's really cute because this is actually a little holder. Is a little you slide your pen into this little fabric-y kind of texture. It's a little hole, so you can just slide it in. But yeah, I would say I don't have enough, you know, I've only used 2 tablets in my art career, so I can't really, you know, super recommend, you know, many of them, because it's like I don't have enough real experience. I haven't used that experience of like using other tablets, so I guess, well, at least this one works, you know. I do feel like when I use Flash with it, I get some weird jaggies or artifacts when drawing, so I feel like this might be too low res or just not built, or something's not right, or compatibility, or something's wrong with how Flash interacts with this tablet. So I would feel like maybe not this one, maybe there's a different one that might be a little better. But yeah, let's see. I really own one on tablet for hand, which is funny malfunction. Exactly. The more cheaper side to get to it, then it's like, then there's actually weird quirks that happen. That's like, oh, didn't expect that to happen when I drew a line, you know. Where you draw a line and then it looks all fuzzy, like it has, like, it looks like a caterpillar, you know, kind of like a line. You draw a vertical line and it has all these little fuzzies, extra points, and it's just like a starburst, you know, kind of like freaking out. So when I used this tablet, it was that happened on the regular, that it's kind of got to a point where it's just like, I don't want to use this, and it's like, I might as well, you know, I was going into college, so it's like, I might as well just get something that's, you know, I was going into graphic design in college, so it's like, I might as well just invest into it, and it's like, let's just get this huge 22 Wacom Cintiq. So here you go. Let's see. Let me get some water in my throat. I have a little bit of its own caterpillar going on in my throat. All right. Oh yeah. At work we only use one with a screen, which I really like. Exactly. Cintiqs are like amazing. Once you come off of Intuoses and Bamboos, there's like the amazement of when you use a Cintiq. It's like it's 1-to-1, and it's like going from Wind Waker to Skyward Sword. It's like when I move my hand with the Wiimote in Skyward Sword, it's 1-to-1. But we don't talk about that. But yeah, it's like wow, it's that amazing like epiphany, like amazement that is like whoa, this is like really cool. It doesn't feel like it feels like you're drawing on with the Cintiq, with the one I'm using. It feels like I'm drawing on a mirror kind of surface, where it's like it's very smooth and it feels like it's just glass, For people who like texture or like more used to paper, I think there's probably alternatives, I would say. There's a whole bunch now, especially. But I think back when I was thinking of it, is that there's ones where you can it's really fancy. Let me see if I can actually get another tab here. Where it's like you can draw on paper, but it transfers your drawings into like a vector drawing or something. It's like crazy. So you draw on paper that then transferred it to a computer. Draw on paper on screen. Oh no, let's see what this is. Draw on paper digitally? Stuff like this, where it's like some magic paper, like maybe it's like tracing paper, where then it can like, it might have some sensors on the paper underneath, and then once you draw on it, then it'll transfer it somehow onto a digital. I watched a video on it. I don't know what it's called. So that's not helping. It just looks like you're just. Oh, it might have had. Yeah, this looks like a hack where you draw. This isn't official, I don't think. Where with this one, they just place a piece of paper on top of a regular matte tablet. I'm gonna say where there's no digital screen, and then you have this. I don't think if this may be official. I'm not sure. But you just place a real paper on top, and it feels like you're drawing on paper, because you are, and then maybe the pen is also fancy to also go all the way down and then get to that screen tablet below, but I'm not sure if that's real. A couple different pictures. Maybe this is real, I'm not sure. Oh, he's got a little boo-boo. I mean, if this works, this is probably really cool. I mean, then you'll have like a real original version of your art, and then you can do one of those NFT kind of things. It's like, oh, I got the original picture. I don't even know. This is actually, I thought of something else when I searched this up, so I'm not sure. Let me open this on the other off screen here. Draw on paper at the same time with new Wacom Intuos Pro Paper Edition. Whoa. Okay. There's a whole article. There's a bunch of ads, so I'm not sure what enough I want to show this. Let's see. Well, let's look this up. Okay, Wacom Intuos Pro Paper Edition, and then see where that goes. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Let me just see. Oh, here's some. Okay. Yep. So Paper Edition is probably its own fancy thing. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, okay, so it's real. So, yeah. Whoop. 340, alright, cool. Okay. Okay, so yeah, it's got the little fancy clipboard clippy. So you can place your paper, and then it doesn't shift or move. And it's a Wacom tablet, so it's somehow, yeah, it's got a little wire, and then it connects to your computer. And then when you draw on here, maybe with the magic pen that can draw with ink, but also, this is Wizard of how does it actually get back to conductive, back to Wacom conductive, digital it's because when it's a ink pen, how does it know? You know, it's a different technology between tablets. Because like thumbprints and like DS style, like, well, I guess with a DS you can use, well, I guess you also have to use your, I don't know. Anyway, if this works, this is pretty cool. Because again, you can do like NFT stuff where it's like, yeah, I drew this for real, and then also have a digital version and whatever. So this is a real product. Look at all that. You got 2 different pins and a pin holder, and it's in stock. There you go. B&H. Can I get a real Wacom page? Best Buy, Amazon, YouTube. Okay. Here's Wacom. Always go to the source. Let's see if I can make this a little larger. Whoop. Not sponsored. Oh geez. Okay. But look at this. Isn't this cool? I am sharing it. I am not promoting this. I am not, I feel like I always have to say that. Anyway, okay. Paper edition. Get started with paper sketching on your Wacom paper edition. Okay. Inkscape. Oh, it comes with Wacom Inkscape. Oh, okay. They got their own branded Photoshop or whatever drawing program. Okay. So, oh, Bluetooth. Fancy. Okay. Make sure it's turned on. Okay, and then you get the little light, and then you get Bluetooth. Wow. And it's got the little dingy. So this is cool when, obviously, you feel like you want to have the best of both worlds, where it's like you can draw on your paper, but then you also want it to be transferred and be a digital version, so you can like open, I don't know, maybe a Photoshop, and then get the brush and then calibrate, and then, you know, this point equals a certain point on your screen, and the opposite, so then it'll be full screen or something, because it has to be full screen in a sense, because otherwise you'll be drawing over here, then you'll be messing with menus and stuff, you know. So that might be the only limitation, is that you'll have to figure out like what the size is that matches between your one-to-one screen, you know. Oh, sketching, create layers. Oh, you do layers. Oh, cool. It changes colors. LED button, fun. Transfer sketching. Okay. If you connect the Bluetooth, this does not be the around button. Okay. So somebody you can, instead of using a wire, because wires are for nerds, you can just do Bluetooth, because that seems reliable. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, okay. So it can be wireless. Okay, cool. It's anywhere it's supposed to, away from your computer. Oh, okay, that's where it comes in. Sketches will be stored in your device memory and transferred when you connect back to Wacom Inkscape app. Okay. Fancy, you know, these. Okay. And how to get started and all that. How does it? It's just blowing my mind, the technology of like, how does an ink pen work with a tablet? Okay. Well, you guys can look this up later. I'm not going to show all this. But yeah, I just wanted to get the headlines out of here. And I was like, wow, this is cool. There you go. Alrighty. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Looks kind of big replacing regular notebook. I mean, there's different sizes of notebooks. I have a pretty large one. When I did that Inktober last year, I was using that. That hopefully people, mega fans would know that my reference. But yeah, I got like I think it might be, it's about A4-ish. I don't know. Regular printer, US 10 and what is it, 9.5 by 11-ish, but I think pretty larger. It's the size as a regular, you know, tablet, and you want it to be big enough to actually hold, like, again, like an A4 or something. Yeah. So you want it to hold pretty large stuff. So you can also probably, when you digitize it or something, then it'll still be good DPS, you know. If it's too small, then the resolution would also be smaller somewhat, I would think, you know. So Yeah, there's that trade-off. It's like, yeah, you have to have it be slightly larger than what the largest paper that you would reasonably put onto it, and then that size plus all the tablet buttons and stuff. Oops. Yeah. It's got a hardback. Exactly. Yeah. Instead of just being full of paper. Paper on its and as a group is pretty strong, but yeah, those be like, real rock solid. Yeah. Let's see. I think we can actually. It's a little bit over time, so I can wrap up. Let's see. So yeah, this is. I'll work. Hopefully, hopefully I'll find work. And work on this in the meantime. So on Thursday, it'll be hopefully the final stream of this. And then if I don't finish anything on that Thursday, then I'll just finish it up later. So then probably get it around the weekend and get the video up and ready. So here we go. That's the plan, is to get this done. This has been quite a long journey, and somehow, again, I don't know how I got the original Flash animation from 2014 or something. I got that done within like a week or something, and I probably could have done it faster, but then I think the actual file for it got exploded, or it got corrupted somewhat, or I had to like restart from maybe like halfway through the progress that I had. So yeah, but I think I also had a bunch of the assets ready, like I had the like the backgrounds. I obviously had Derpy, so I only had to like make the new stuff, like the TV and the fire extinguisher and those kind of animations, and to get that going. Because I don't know how I did back then, where I didn't have storyboards. And man, these were just, I had an idea and just went with it. I didn't like plan anything out, so it was just like, let's animate it, and then just move on, to the next shot, I guess. I don't know. Maybe like laid it out with like the different poses for like the characters, of like, oh, this is a front view kind of a shot, and then place puppet in, and then move on to the next one, and then go back and then animate it all. I don't even remember. It's so weird to think about it. It's so weird to think about doing an animation but not storyboarding it first. I have to now. It's just like, it's just part of it, it's part of the process, like animating. It's like, yeah, you gotta storyboard it. Make sure everything works with the storyboard, make sure the timing works and all your ideas are flush, and then you can watch it as a movie before you actually animate it, But yeah, we're pretty close. I can almost taste it, of how close we are with this now. And it's been a whole month doing this, but there we are, almost there. All right, so I got the last two shots, quote animated. So now it's just gonna be all the cleanup and then green screen stuff, and then we'll be golden. All right, so thank you again for watching. Hope this stream was fun. I mean, I learned a couple things doing this, so hopefully you did too. Alrighty, thank you guys again. I'm gonna have dinner. Have a good rest of your time that you're awake, and when you sleep, have good dreams. Alrighty. Alrighty, guys. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna go now. So thank you, and then we'll be back on Thursday at the same time. It's start time there. Okay, thank you guys. Thanks for the sub as well. Thank you. Bye, guys.